28th of January 2002. A weld on a 26-inch pipe needs to be adjusted. The operator selects a 7-inch angle grinder with a disc diameter of 180 mm for the job. The disc jams and the angle grinder kicks back. The result? A cut to the face. 4th of May 2004. The edges of a cutout require grinding. The operator selects a 150 mm cutting disc. The worksite is a confined space inside a column on the platform. The angle grinder gets stuck and kicks back. The result? A deep cut to the nose. The incorrect use of tools is a common cause of injuries, and the angle grinder is one of the worst offenders in this context. The undesirable incidents that have been presented occurred in connection with work that involved an angle grinder. But what makes the angle grinder so potentially dangerous? An angle grinder is a power tool that is to be used with both hands. It comes in various shapes and sizes. It has an adjustable protective shield and side handle for safe use. Angle grinders are primarily used for cutting, grinding, polishing, rubbing, and removing rust from various materials. There are several types of grinding and cutting discs available, and it is important to use the correct type of disc for the type of angle grinder you are using. Grinding discs must be replaced when they are worn out. There are risks associated with the use of an angle grinder. As you have already seen in the introductory examples, this is a powerful tool that can cause significant damage in a split second. You should never use an angle grinder with just one hand. Large angle grinders pose a greater risk and are therefore forbidden at some workplaces. The risk is greatest when using an angle grinder on small workpieces, working on tensioned workpieces, working on non-secured workpieces, working in an unstable position, for example, on ladders, working in confined spaces, working with the angle grinder above head height, not paying attention.
Altså, jeg vil ikke påstå at det var noe spesielt den dagen. Det var bare en dag som alle andre. Jeg var jo litt sent ute bare. Så det var rutinearbeid. Gjort det 1000 ganger før. Skulle slipe litt på et rør. Brukte en 5-toms vinkelsliper. Det skjedde jo så fort. Jeg trodde jeg hadde kontroll på sliperen, men den bare slo bam tilbake sånn. Fikk et svært kutt her. Ja, jeg sto i en gardintrapp, men det var nødvendig for å komme til, og jeg hadde jo dårlig tid. Kan jo innrømme at det ikke var så lurt. Jeg hadde kanskje ikke den mest gunstige arbeidsposisjonen, siden jeg sto på et stillas. Men det har jo grodd bra. Kuttet var jo 10 cm bredt og 5 cm djupt. Det er jo dumt at det måtte en ulykke til for at jeg skulle innse at man kan miste kontrollen så fort. Uavhengig av hvor erfaren man er i dette faget. Jeg har tross alt jobbet med dette i over 10 år, men ja, man blir vel aldri helt utlært.
There are often several factors that combine to create an undesirable incident like the one we have just described. The operator's description shows that the design of the scaffolding was inappropriate for this work operation. In this case, the operator used a ladder. Not only is this something that is advised against, the use of the ladder resulted in the operator having an unstable working position. The operator was late for work and therefore more easily stressed. This may have contributed to a lack of attention in the moment that the accident occurred. Lack of attention is a common cause of undesirable incidents involving angle grinders. There are of course no guarantees that this incident would have been avoided if the operator had eliminated all of these contributing factors, but the risk of an accident occurring would probably have been significantly reduced. As a result of many undesirable incidents involving angle grinders, we have prepared some points that form a basis for a best practice when using angle grinders. These are as follows. You must show respect for the tool you use. Remember to disconnect the tool from the power supply when it is not in use. An angle grinder is a two-handed tool and must always be used with both hands. Make sure that the tool receives regular maintenance and inspect the tool thoroughly before use. Remember to use the correct tool for the work you shall carry out and use the tool in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Also, remember to check that the angle grinder you plan to use is permitted at your workplace. Make sure you use the correct protective equipment for the job. Consider the need for extra protective equipment and whether there are any special considerations associated with the job. You should always ensure that the workplace is clean and tidy. Always aim to use an optimal working position. This will ensure a good ergonomic working position that may reduce the risk of accidents and injuries. Last but not least, you should properly secure the piece you are working on to the extent that this is possible. By following these principles, you will hopefully avoid many occupational accidents.